Chase Bryant. I'm Chase Bryant. I'm a country music singer, songwriter, artist.
And before we get into Way Out West Fest, tell us about your start in country music and what your biggest inspiration has been.
I grew up in South Texas. I mean, I grew up on everything from George Strait to, golly, Randy Rogers Band, Jack Ingram, and all the great Texas guys. I grew up around country music as a kid, and it was always kind of just exposed to me. And I feel like it was sort of just a destiny for me to be set out to play country music. And so I got my start out in LA actually when I was 16 years old, signed my first record deal out there. And then went to Nashville when I was 18 and signed another record deal with a company called Broken Bow. And we had some success together with songs like Take It On Back and A Little Bit of You. And just kind of been trucking along ever since.
And is this the first time you'll be performing in Way Out West and El Paso?
I believe it's my first time playing that festival. I know we've been out to El Paso before. We used to go out play out in Las Cruces, New Mexico, obviously just across the border there on the New Mexico line. But it's been a while since we've been in El Paso, so I'm looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to having you here. And what song can your fans expect to hear as your opener? Or is that a surprise?
Woo. Who knows? It changes by the minute. We always have a set list, but it never really sticks. It's like things just kind of happen. I mean, we're playing a lot of new music. We have been playing a lot of new music lately, but I think, lately we've been starting with Take It On Back. We like to be starting with something that's familiar to everybody. So that's probably going to be the opener.
And what has been your favorite song to create and perform?
Um, I mean, the hits probably just because, everybody knows them, but I mean, I've really enjoyed making these past couple records. Like I've got one with Jack Ingram called Small Town, which is a lot of fun. There's a song we've been playing live lately that I've really enjoyed playing called Friday Night that I wrote many moons ago, but it's on Wade Bowen's newest record, and he got that out, and so I've kind of been playing it just in lieu of that. But that's kind of been one of my favorites to play lately, even though I've never actually put it out as an artist. I just wrote the song.
And you mentioned new music, so can you share a little bit about that? Like any that you have in the works?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on a record right now. I put out 3 EPs this last year that were kind of cut all over the place. I put out an EP called Somerville, which is a collection of songs I kind of started writing out in South Carolina, my wife's hometown, and then I made a record called Ashland City, which was kind of a short stint of some time we spent back in Nashville for a couple of years and bought a little farmhouse outside of town there. And then Coyote Grullo, which is a project I cut back home on Baffin Bay in Texas when I was living down there during COVID. So those are the 3 EPs, you can kind of go look for on Spotify or Apple or, wherever you stream music, buy music. And we're working on another record now. So can't say a whole lot about it, but really looking forward to it being out.
And what are you most looking forward to experiencing here in El Paso or during your performance?
Enchiladas. I mean, I'm in South Carolina now, so we don't really have anything for Mexican food, but not like what I grew up on. So I really, honestly, I know that sounds cheesy, but no pun intended. But I love good Mexican food, so I'm really looking forward to that and eating as much as I can. But
Where are you like
also
originally from?
I'm originally down from around Corpus Christi, like south of Corpus Christi, in a little town called Orange Grove, and then I lived on, like in Rivera, Kingsville area. So I grew up on all sorts of Tex-Mex.
Gotcha. And what is
Yeah.
like the main theme or message you want your fans to get from your music?
I mean, I always try to write songs that make good times better and bad times good, I guess. It's like I try to just write songs that relate to people, but in the last few years it's just been more about just letting people wanting people to really connect to my music from a message standpoint, and I try to add songs into my set that do that, and just kind of, reliving nostalgia in a way, has kind of been like just a big thing for me, like how to have people connect to feelings that might take them back in time, or may just relate to where they're at in their life now. But um, I just want people to have fun, and hopefully a sad song gets somebody through something, or maybe a happy song makes the party even better.
I gotta ask, since you're from Texas, are you a Cowboys fan?
Yeah. I mean, look, I am, but it's one of those things where it's like, my God, we got to start doing something, because it's been too long since we've, been in a Super Bowl. So I've been following along. So it's crazy what's going on.
Yeah, same. I've been watching it and I'm like, oh man, I haven't been
Yeah.
doing.
I mean, the Texans look decent. I mean, that's cool for them, but I mean, as a Cowboys fan, it's kind of been hard to watch the past few years. I just don't know that I don't know. It's hard to say. Is it a head coach thing? Is it who knows? I'm just
Um,
keeping my fingers crossed.
and what is your baby? Is it a boy or a girl?
We're having a girl. She'll be here in December. So that show that we're playing in El Paso is like my last show of the year. Just taking some time off to be home and, do a few things before the baby comes. So it's our first kid, and we're really looking forward to it.
Aw, happy for
Yeah.
you all.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And that's pretty much all my questions. Unless you want to
All
add
right.
anything else.
I think that's it. I mean, look, we're looking forward to coming back out there. I've always loved El Paso. I think it's such a cool town, and we're really looking forward to coming out, and all my guys are actually from Minnesota, so I'm looking forward to showing them a little bit of Texas for a few nights. So it'll be fun.